Welcome everybody, Farm Sim Snowy here. In this video we're going to look at the newly updated mod test map. So this is the latest update to mod test map. I don't normally cover the updates or change logs because they don't warrant, I don't think, a video most of the time, but I thought I'd do this one because it's added in another map as part of the sort of package. So it's still by NinjaCurt and it still says mod test map at the top, but it's added in a new map called American Grasslands. Now it has changed the amount of megabytes it requires to download. So I've got my original notes from when I did the map tour on mod test map. Back then that was only 26.26 megabytes to download. So as you can see top right, it's gone up to 78.85 megabytes to download. Which, to be fair, isn't very large considering you're getting two maps on there. Now I use mod test map quite a bit because it's set up, if you haven't tried it out, it's set up for everything. It's got all crop types on there, it's got different fields with straw laying on, cultivated fields, there's one with mown grass, one with hay on it, so you can just go on there. It's got a bit of forestry. If you want to test out any new mods, it's ideal for that. But yeah, it's added in this new map, so it now says this in the description: two maps included here, American Grasslands and mod test map. Both maps support seasons and maize plus mods. Both maps have increased maximum number of field types to better support your favourite mods. And it says American Grasslands. This map gives you plenty of room to do your own thing. Features: the map is flat and open, so you can easily make your own world the way you want. Grass, bushes and decoration foliage can be painted in landscape mode. 19 fields, all fields have missions. 2 BGA areas, must buy farmland to use. Bulk refill stations at the vehicle dealer. Large lot next to sawmill for placeables and planted trees. 10 animal pens already installed on the map, 2 of each type. Easy difficulty level only. That basically means new farmer mode. Animal pen areas are clear, this way you can place pens there at higher difficulty levels, so that's in the other two modes. Empty lot next to animal pens for feed stations. Main farm has a farmhouse, 2 sheds and 800,000 litre bulk type silo. Again, new farmer only. And 29 pieces of equipment to start game, new farmer only. Again, if we scroll down to the actual changelog, so right at the very bottom there, changelog 1.0.2.0 is the latest one. Also says it at the top right next to the megabyte. And part of that changelog, it says at the top now, added mod map American Grasslands, added field type support to mod test map, new save game required. I just completely uninstalled the map, deleted my save game and reinstalled it, so it made everything, fine for me. But now if we come out of here and we go into career mode and we'll start a game, we'll go in new farmer mode. But now when you select your maps here, we've got American Grasslands and you've got mod test map. So we're going to be looking at American Grasslands, so we'll click on that and we'll have a look round. And here we are on the map. We start off here outside the shop like so. Some of it is a little bit similar to mod test map if you played on that, but I think this is going to be definitely more of a sort of come on here and actually use it as a proper map, whereas mod test map you could have done that, but I think this is more suitable to use as an actual map. It's all pretty much flat and it's got some big fields in there with some potential to extend those fields. So the map looks like this. Like I say, we start off down here. I'm in new farmer mode. and in new farmer mode we start off with this area here, which is where your farmhouse is and your silo and all your equipment, and we start off with fields 16 and 17. Now all the fields in the sort of middle square are the fields with all the crops in. As you can imagine, they vary in prices. So 9's 342,000, 4 is 70,000, 11's 237, and 446 there for that one. Also in new farmer mode you do start off with the animal pens up the top, so you own all the groundlets around it, and you've got 2 of each. So we've got 2 cow pens there, 2 pigs, 2 horses, 2 sheep and 2 chickens. Also around the outer square sort of circle you've got all these huge grass fields, and again they vary in prices. These ones here either side to the right and left, they're exactly the same price, 1.5 million. You got some smaller ones here, these all vary, 758, 705 as you can see, and then up the top 2 corner ones 1.4, they're the same price. These ones vary as well. There is 2 BGAs on here, one at the top left hand corner and one at the bottom right. You have to own them to use them. 420,000 for that one and 419,000 for that one. They're pretty much exactly the same layout, so the price is similar. You've got a little area here which we'll look at in a sec, that's 143,000, and then there's an area just in between your cow and your pig pens up there, that's 27,000. You can buy the areas where all the sell points are on, like so, and up there you can see, because some of them have got a fair bit of space and room around them, and like I say, it's all pretty much flat on here. So that is pretty much there. There is traffic on this one as well, whereas mod test map there wasn't. Basically you've got one main road that does a complete loop around this sort of inner circle, inner square, sorry, like so, and then there's this one that does a complete loop around the whole outside of the map. So where these bits here, like here and here, they look like roads, and they are sort of roads, pathways, we'll look at them in a second. The traffic, the cars won't go down there, so there's potential to plough that through, join all these up, so you can have absolutely huge fields on here. And the same as this road sort of section in the middle, again you could plough that through and have absolutely huge fields on there. So we'll have a quick wander around, and then when we get to our equipment we'll go through slot counts and a couple of other little things that I've noticed. So like I say, we're at the shop, there's our shop icon. And move around the back, you've got your workshop trigger just there for your repair customization. You've got a pressure washer just there, and where on mod test map you had like the rumble strip around the back, it's now all completely clear. We've got a car park going on, and then round here we've got our multi refill sort of area. So we've got herbicide there, we've got all the symbols on there, which is quite handy. Seeds, solid fertilizer and lime, and then we've got water and liquid fertilizer just there. As you can see, traffic. We've got a fuel point just there at the shop. What we'll do is we'll run along here, because just next door to the shop we've got our first sale point, which is going to be your main sale point just there, and that is vegetable warehouse. So that will take all your standard crops, plus it will do potatoes, sugar beet, sugar cane, milk and eggs, and that is it. So there's only a few sale points, but you know there's potential for you to place loads all over the map, because there's some very open areas. And if we run along through here, just sort of next door we've got our spinnery, just there, which is obviously going to do your cotton and your wool. And if we run along, next door we've got our farm, obviously only in new farmer mode. So we've got our farmhouse, standard in game one, like sort of Valsburn I think it was. Just come inside and that's your sleep trigger. We've got another pressure washer there and your little garage. And then we've got some shed space with all our equipment, which we'll go through in a sec. Some more equipment there. And this is our grain silo, nice big one. 800,000 litre capacity. It's a multi-fruit one, so you tip in and you pipe out there. 2 harvesters there ready to go on our fields. So let's have a look at our equipment and slot counts. So like I say, I'm in new farmer mode and the slot count is 664 out of 1299 slots. You can get that down, and this is a bit awkward, to potentially 273 slots. And I say potentially because there's a slight issue which we'll cover in a second. So I've only managed to get it down to 275, but I will go through that with you in a second. So in new farmer mode we start off with a voucher N174, a John Deere 6250R, JCB Fast Track 4220, the Fendt 1050, got a New Holland CR 10.90 harvester, the Russell Mash harvester, we've got the Krone Big M mower, we've got a trailer, the Strautmann trailer, we've got 2 Agroliner HKD trailers, we've got a huge header for your New Holland harvester, and we've got a 9 metre one for your Russell Mash, we've got a cultivator, we've got a seeder, a fertiliser spreader, front and rear mower, we've got a tedder, a windrower, a loading wagon, a baler, a bale collector, a bale wrapper, some front loaders for different tractors, front loader attachments, we've got a weight, and then we move on to our animal pens. As you can see, we've got large pens of everything, like so, all standard in-game things. And then we've got our large grain silo, which says mod. We've got 2 Easy Shed 3s, we've got our Karcher washer, and we've got Easy Shed 03 lights, 2 of those, farmhouse lights and farmhouse, like so. In terms of modded in things, the only 2 modded in things I could see were your large grain silo there, and there's also this grain silo which isn't a multi-fruit one, that's 250 litre capacity, but this is the one we start off with in new farmer mode. And then in farmhouses there's a sleep trigger, which is pretty cool, so that means you can put your farmhouse wherever you wish. Now the issue with the slot count is to do with this Easy Shed lights. So just up there on the steel girders you can see lights there and there, see the little lights, and there and there. Now because there's 2 of them, when you normally come into your garage and sell something, if there's just 1 of something you can click on it and sell it, but when you get 2 of something like the sheds, you have to click on 1 to sell it. So I had a complete issue with trying to get the lights there and click on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell the 2 sheds, just so that you can see. There you go, look, the lights still stay there. Now I just could not get on them to click on them to sell, so if we go on to Easy Shed lights, you just can't get onto them. So there potentially, I mean, I haven't sat here for ages trying to do it, whether you've got the patience to do that, but I just cannot get onto them because there's two of them. The farmhouse lights one, they sell easy enough because there's only one of them, and basically it's just like the little light sticking out there, it sells that. So it could be an idea to come onto here in the other two modes, because none of this is here. You don't start off with anything. So in the other two modes the slot count is 272, but you don't start off with any land or equipment. This whole area is completely bare, and so is the animal pens, and I'll just show you a quick clip of what both those areas look like. So there you go. And what we'll do, if we jump in the old JCB, we'll have a quick tour around the map. So we'll come along, we'll do the sawmill and the BGA. So as you can see, you've got these sort of tracks, pathways dividing up all the rest of the grassland and some of the fields, but the traffic will not go down there, so you can plough them up. You've got a huge sort of grass area there that you can buy as well, which is separate. So you've got plenty of potential to expand on this map. So we've got our sawmill here, wood chip sale point just there, timber, lumber sale point just there, and then we've got our BGA, which is exactly the same setup as mod test map. You've got your bunker silos, you've got your digester tip in there, you've got your digestate pipe coming out just there. And you can just see how flat it is, and obviously in front of us we've got a huge grass field there. So we'll carry on up this way and we'll visit all this area up the top, and that's basically it, then. As you can see, the fields are huge. Again, another track there that you could get rid of, join the fields up. Very nice and flat. Not everyone's cup of tea, but if you're wanting huge great fields to use big machinery, then you know this is going to be for you. And it's got, you know, really low megabyte download for the console players. Right, so just there is your barn sale point, which is obviously going to be for your bales and your loose silage, grass, hay and straw. There's no custom crops, but there is contracts, I'll show you, on the other fields that you don't own. You got your animal dealer just here, like so. As you can see, we've got a fuel point just there in front of us, again with the little symbol on showing that we can use it. And then here's all your animal pens, standard in-game things, so easy enough to find the triggers. And this area, as you've already seen, is quite huge without all these on there. So again, you could plough this up, turn it into another field, connect all these ones up. and this is the little gap, grass area in the gap between the pig and the cows. You don't obviously start off with any animals in the pens like mod test map. I think you get 20 animals of each, but you don't get any to start off with on here. You do start off with some crops in your silo though in new farmer mode. And then this is the other BGA, as you can see, pretty much identical. So your digester there, tip in, your digestate pipe just there. So there you go, that's pretty much it. That is the update for mod test map, making this absolutely huge and flat. So that is it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have, please give us a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, then please do, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.